the members only Thursday live. Hopefully the orientation is working better now. It gave me the option to flip it to horizontal. I used to be able to do these lives horizontal. I like it horizontal better than vertical, but something's going on and it allowed me to do it, but then I had to flip the screen back. So let me know when you're in the chat, and we're going to talk a little bit about the astrology, and then we are going to dig into all 12 zodiacs. Thanks for letting me know, Steph. So strange. YouTube has been doing all kinds of updates. For the longest time, I couldn't flip the screen horizontal. It gave me the option to do that again today, but apparently it's not working. Hello, Zandra. Welcome in. So we got some big energies going into next week, and I really wanted to talk about that before we jump in to pulling into all 12 zodiac signs. So where are we at today? We're at Thursday. We got lots going on today with Mercury. I don't know if you checked out all of the posts I made over on Facebook, but today we have Mercury square Lilith, Mercury opposite Mars, Mercury trine Uranus, Mars sextile Uranus, and Mars square Lilith. Some pretty tough energies. Hello, Regine. Welcome in. Regine is a new member, everybody. I hope I said that right. I did want to say welcome to the new members. So welcome in. So we got some pretty tough energies playing out today. I actually was in these energies yesterday. I was triggered yesterday. The energy. Hey, Jolene, welcome in. I was so triggered yesterday. I swear my teenager woke up and she chose war with me yesterday. It was a tough day. And it just set the tone for the whole day. And so there was a lot of miscommunications for me yesterday. And so usually that's how it works for me is I kind of go through those energies, and then the following day it trickles back down into the collective. And so these energies we're building today, they're all playing out exact. They're not all heavy energies, but you might find the energy a little bit chaotic, a little bit scattered. I know Xandra and I felt a lot of that energy yesterday. This morning, it settled down for me. So we have Venus forming a trine to Mars on the weekend. Yes, yes, I was so excited when I logged in and I was like, oh my goodness, I have a new member. That was really exciting for me. So we got some big energies, right? We talked about the North Node in Pisces. I've been talking about it a lot in the weekly forecast. And so we finally have the means North Node moving into Pisces on the 29th. So I really wanted to talk about these energies because this is going to take place the day before the live next week. So what does this really mean? We're going to have a new moon on the same day that the North Node moves into Pisces, and I'm getting chills down both of my arms already. And we're also going to have Mercury conjunct Pluto. These energies are huge. And so when we go into this Pisces North Node, we got to think we're sitting at that Aries North Node at 0 degrees. That's a whole lot of fiery energy. Yeah, yesterday was a rough day for me too. I even had to go to the dentist yesterday, but I'm relieved. I had a tooth pain here for like the last year, and I finally got it taken care of. Got a huge fear of the dentist, but I got that filled, and it was so nice to eat my bowl of fruit this morning and not have excruciating tooth pain. So that was a bonus for me, but the whole day was just heavy, chaotic, argumentative with both of my kids, and today's a much better day, thankfully. But with this North Node entering into Pisces, the true North Node has already shifted. So when I do my calculations, when it comes to the astrology, there's a true North Node and there's a means North Node. And all of the calculations with the interactions with all of the other planets is done by the means North Node, which is always moving retrograde. The true North Node will go retrograde and then it will stay stationed at times. And it's usually a little bit ahead of the game when it comes to the means North Node. So right now we got the true North Node at 29 degrees and the means North Node at 0 degrees Aries. And so we're kind of in this very strange portal of energies until both of the North Node energies are in that Pisces. And so we're still wrapping up that Aries North Node right at that 0 degrees, like I talked about. A lot of fiery energy. I'm a Mercury in Aries, and so I know I can easily fly off the handle sometimes. I'm the type of person where I'm going to shoot first. I'm going to ask questions later. And I know there's a Mercury in retrograde coming up this year in Aries, and I'm not sure what that entails, but I'm sure it's going to get me to reevaluate my communication patterns big time. So with the North Node moving into Pisces, though, this is a huge focus on our spiritual purpose. The next 18 months are going to be loud, connected to whatever axis of housing that you have with Virgo and Pisces. And so, as a Pisces rising, I've had the North Node in Aries sitting in my first house for quite a while already. And so it's going to be sitting in there in the Pisces energy. And then I'm going to have the South Node in the seventh house. So we think of the North and South Node, it's the dragon's head and tail. The North Node being the dragon's head facing the inner dragon, and the tail being the South Node being the tail, which is considered the sweeping energy. I've been doing a lot of reading up on this. I've got several North Node books and I've been researching it like crazy online. And so Virgo placements, this is actually really good for any major Virgo placements. So the Virgo energy, it's like a sweeping energy. It's like a cleaning up of the karmic debris. And I've got like a massive Virgo stellium in my seventh house. Like I'm a Jupiter in Virgo, I'm a Saturn in Virgo, I'm a moon in Virgo. I got all of this Virgo energy in my seventh house. And let me tell you, relationships my entire life have been a challenge because of Saturn and Jupiter. And my moon is also in Virgo, all sitting in my seventh house. And so when it comes to that sweeping energy, it's cleaning up the karmic debris. I know you're a Virgo moon, Xandra, and so all of this deep-seated emotional work that you've been doing, and same with you, Steph, you're a Virgo sun sign, all of the ego shedding and the ego integration that we've been doing, the emotional integration, there's going to be a huge clearing of the karmic debris over the next 18 months whenever these energies conjunct, when the South Node conjuncts the Virgo. Now, you got to keep in mind, though, that also means the North Node will be opposite. And so a huge theme of integrating Pisces and Virgo. And so this is huge because the next 18 months is about grounding in the wounded healers, the mystical wounded healers. And so a lot of us are being called into the spotlight as these mystic healers, however you're being called. And we don't all have to be in the spotlight, but we all have to maintain the transmutation of these higher frequencies. So when the higher frequencies come in, we have to clear the karmic debris. And it's not always easy, right? And so when we're in too much Pisces energy, we need the Virgo, right? Pisces is chaos. It's a complete chaos at times, but within the chaos, that's where we go through real change, right? We don't change when things are easy. Virgo is about structure and order. And so with the South Node in Virgo, we don't want to play into those Virgo themes of OCD and too much structure and too much planning. We got to kind of find that balance between the two. And so I feel from now until next week, when the North Node actually shifts, these energies are going to be loud, right? They're going to be very loud because the 0 degree is an anaretic degree. And then the North Node always moves retrograde. And so when it goes to that 29 degree, we're being called to close something out. I know the North Node moving into 29 degree will be in a very wide, like a 7 degree difference conjunction with my moon. And I'm really looking forward to that sweeping energy connected to all of the deep diving I've been doing to my emotional patterns. And so I'm looking forward to this sweeping energy. I'm really excited about the North Node in the first house as well, because it's kind of pushing me into being the most authentic mystic healer and channeler that I can be. So watch for those houses in your birth chart. Venus trine Mars is a beautiful, harmonious energy, I feel, when it comes to being brave enough to take that leap, when it comes to the void or a brand new beginning. On the 26th, on the weekend, we're going to have Mercury sextile Neptune, Venus sextile Uranus, all screaming change. I feel a huge Ace of Wands energy coming through, leading into the North Node shift. And we're going to have Mercury entering into Aquarius. So Aquarius is all about thinking outside of the box. So pay attention to where Aquarius is in your birth chart, because you're probably going to be coming into all kinds of new innovative ideas as Mercury transits through Aquarius. It's also going to square Uranus later in the degree of the transit. And so Mercury takes about 3 weeks to move through a sign. We are going to have 3 Mercury retrogrades this year, which I'm kind of excited about, and at the same time, not looking forward to at the same time. So I just think we've got this beautiful opportunity leading into next week with the North Node on the same day as the new moon, because the new moon is going to be in Aquarius at 9 degrees 50. Huge energies of Hermit and 10 of Cups. So really take this time to go within. This is the perfect new moon to plant the seed for your humanitarian efforts. If you think of Virgo or the Hermit energy, it is connected to spiritual leadership, is how I kind of interpret that. The Hermit holds such deep spiritual wisdom. It's time to share that and then really think about and ponder about, what is my 10 of cups? What is the ultimate emotional fulfillment for me? So take the time over the next week to really think about that, because with Mercury conjunct Pluto, we have a huge portal of manifestation for healing. They were showing me the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is healing heartbreak. It's healing old patterns. It's sitting in some truth that maybe you've not wanted to sit in order to embrace the final leg of the healing journey. And so I think these energies are huge. They're potent. And if we use them for the betterment, we can create some beautiful changes moving into this next cycle. So that's what I had to say. We're going to dig into all 12 zodiac signs today. I did pick the Angel Wisdom Tarot deck. That's what I was drawn to today. We're going to start off by getting an oracle card with the guides of the Hidden Realms deck for each sign, and then we're going to get a message from Spirit. So we're going to start off with Aries, and I hope I don't miss anybody. I did not make a list. I just noticed 11:11 on the clock, and that's been a loud sync for me again, is the 11:11. So remember, when we go through the signs, apply this to your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, even your North Node, and possibly even your Jupiter, if you know all of those placements, because I do find, for me, the rising sign resonates more so the further along the journey I get. And I do also resonate with North Node energy. So keep that in mind. We're going to get a message for Aries, please. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Oh, we're going to take that one. Ripe, juicy, and ready. I like it. So with the red on the card, though, I do feel base chakra energies coming through. It's a 6 card. So I'm getting a couple of messages. The energy might be ripe and juicy when it comes to taking a leap of faith. They're showing me the Lover's card, but there's a need to overcome some fear here, because the energy really is poised for success, especially with that 0 degrees Aries North Node energy completing that cycle. And so huge potential, Aries, is waiting to be realized, but you might have to work through fear. You might have to work through abandonment issues, rejection issues, but I feel you're coming into some newfound awareness. 6 is also the energy of creating balance, equality, and equanimity in your life. And so really evaluate, is your current cycle, if you're in a relationship, is it bringing you success? Is it balanced? Is it equal giving and receiving? Because if it's not, then maybe there's a realization coming forward between now and that North Node shift that is going to push you onto a new path. They're showing me the 6 of Swords now, which is all about overcoming self-sabotaging behaviors, manipulative behaviors, or being aware of the people around you that might be manipulating you. And so get ready for some type of realization over the next week, Aries, in order for you to get to calmer waters. Look at that. One flew out right away. Yeah, the 5 of Cups. So if you've been focusing on the negative, I do feel there is a connection here, splitting within a connection. You see the 2 cups here separate, and then we get the 3 cups below. And so you got to stop looking back. That's what I want to say to you, Aries. You got to stop looking back. Sometimes things don't turn out the way that we want them to. And that's just a part of life. But we can't focus on the negative. We can't stay stuck in this state of emotional regret or emotional turmoil. And so how can you maybe forgive yourself? Because we started with the 6 and we went to the 5. And so I feel like you've backtracked here, is what this feels like to me, Aries. And it's time for you to understand, like, hey, not everything is meant to last a lifetime. Everything always happens for a reason. We don't always know why they happen at the time. Usually in hindsight, we'll get that lesson. It'll click full circle. But look for the hidden blessings in any type of separation, is what I want to say. It's almost like you're trying to come back together, but too many cups have been spilled. And I think you can't get back what's kind of dead, because if you look, all of these trees, all the leaves are falling off. And so something has kind of died away here, and it's time to move on from that situation. So quit trying to go against the grain here, Aries, and get back in the flow of things. So what is the message from Spirit? Look at that. Okay, if you're going through a difficult time, Aries, connect with the divine. There is a need for protection here, and there is a need for you to really listen to that divine guidance, that inner guidance. You are not alone. So remember that you are not alone. And so look for the hidden blessing here, okay, Aries? All right, we are going to move on to Taurus next. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. What do we got for Taurus? Look at that. I love when the cards work with me like that. It's like magic. Focus on the brilliance. There is a very strong Queen of Cups energy coming through. And so you've got the eye here. You've got the all-seeing eye, Taurus. Focus your attention. What is it that you are prioritizing your energy towards? Because you're going to persevere through challenges. And so there's almost like connecting the heart to the throat with the green and the blue. And so I think you are receiving all kinds of intuitive downloads, all kinds of, are you a Taurus too, is it Regine? Regine? Oh, I thought it was an A. I don't have my glasses on. You're a Taurus too. Yes, that's right. So I love me, my Tauruses. I'm a Taurus. Maybe a little bit biased there, but I think you're receiving all kinds of downloads, all kinds of information, and there's a need to activate the throat. I do feel heart-centered communication. The Queen of Cups, though, is saying the information you're receiving is reliable, that I'm feeling connected to this card. Focus on the brilliance. What else do we got for Taurus? Look at that. Two of Coins. There is Regine. Perfect. There is definitely a realignment going on here. If it's been feeling like you've been walking a fine line or a tightrope, trying to juggle too many priorities here, you got to bring that into balance. Maybe there's too many ideas coming forward. Maybe you're working too hard. Maybe you are working multiple jobs, or I know for me, I've been playing so many multiple roles. I've had to take that step back when it comes to the channel and only do the weekly forecast. I'd love to get back into doing the daily messages again, but I'm just not there yet between all of the other things on my plate. And I know I was frustrated yesterday, and I spoke to Steph about that. Sometimes it's overwhelming. So Taurus, take a step back. There is a need to bring your life into balance because it should be fun. The spiritual journey and your work priorities should be fun. There also might be a need to balance the budget. And so I think over the last couple of years, things have been a little bit rocky. Things have been a little bit up in the air. And I do think things are feeling maybe a little bit emotional because those look like some pretty rough waters there. But you've got what it takes to keep things in balance. So remember that. Maybe you also need to take a risk here too. You might have to just take a big risk here, but I feel something about divine timing. And I do feel like the last couple of years, you've been focusing your attention on some new priorities, and it's kind of time to get to those calmer waters too here for you, Taurus, with all of those waves in the background. So, oh, this is interesting. It does say they miss you, reach out. So whoever you had in mind when I pulled that card, I don't usually recommend a feminine to reach out first to anybody. But if you got somebody in mind when I said that out loud, they miss you, reach out. Maybe you should reach out, or it could be roles reversed. You could have somebody missing you and they are about to reach out. Yeah, I've definitely been working on the budget too over here. So take that, how that resonates with you, Taurus, when it comes to reach out, they miss you. Maybe you've been contemplating that. I know I've been feeling the pull lately, but the things I want to say aren't going to be very nice, so I'm just going to bite my tongue. Okay, we're going to move on to Gemini next. What do we got for my Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node? Gemini, please. We got 2 out for you, Gemini. So we do still have Jupiter in Gemini. I believe it's retrograde. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me. I think it goes direct February 4th, I think. Let me check my little planner here. It does go direct. Jupiter will station direct on the 4th. Yeah, I'm still working on that too. It's a tough one, eh? And Venus also enters Aries the same day. So pay attention. I think this is a message we all need to pay attention to. Enough for now and always, Gemini, and gratitude is dreaming. I've really been working on the gratitude part of the journey, right? To be thankful, even amidst the chaos and the conflict and the struggles. The manifesting power of gratitude really is going to serve you. I feel almost like a King of Wands energy here. I feel change when it comes to maybe a change of heart. I feel a change of heart. And then we get enough for now. And always, it's a 30 card. So there is almost like a Four of Wands energy coming through. I do feel a lot of throat chakra energy, and it says you are enough, worthiness, faith in needs being met. So I feel, Gemini, you're probably learning to alchemize some type of duality here. Maybe coming into alignment, union of self. And this might trigger a whole bunch of change. This might trigger a change of heart. This could trigger action towards you. And I think you need to just release any fear about your needs being met is what's, get the magic for gratitude. Yes. Thank you for sharing that, Xandra. Oh yeah. Remind me before I close off the reading, we're going to talk about the book club because we got a week to pick a book for next month. And I think I have one ready. I think I have an idea here of what we're going to go with. Okay. But enough for now. There's always enough, right? There's always enough. So, oh, look at that. Kind of just fell out very gracefully. You definitely are receiving all kinds of insights. So meditate. Gemini, I think you need to take a step back. You do have a big decision to make here when it comes to creating change or taking action. But gratitude is really going to help you bring yourself back into center. Maybe you need to plan a vacation. Maybe you are going on a weekend getaway. But I do feel there's a big decision to make here, and you've got to drop those thoughts down into the heart. Okay, when we overthink, we don't have any room for clarity. I do feel you've probably been doing a lot of healing work, and it's time to center yourself. I also feel, oh, look at, I just noticed this. It's time to take off your armor. It's time to be open enough to let somebody in, is what I'm thinking there for you, Gemini. So look at that. Overthinking the situation is not healthy. So let go of obsessive thought patterns. Yeah, I do feel mental exhaustion. So stop overthinking. Gemini, you are an air sign and you are so good at overthinking. I'm a Venus in Gemini and I know I can overthink a lot of things. So just trust if you're overthinking and worried about money, your needs will be met. So don't worry about money. Everything always works out. That's my motto. And I've definitely had to experience that myself. Like everything always works out, right? Okay, we are moving on to, after Gemini, it's Cancer. So this is what came out for you, Cancer. A way out of the weeds. It's a 37 card. So there is almost like a King of Cups quality coming through. So you could have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in your chart. This is a Cancer reading. You could have a King of Cups coming towards you with all of the green on the cup. I do feel this person is helping you find a way out of confusion. I do feel you've got somebody coming on your path that is going to help you get organized, that is going to help you heal. The card does say, get organized, multitasking. There's going to be a clear way out of something here. And I think it's like the never-ending onslaught of healing is what that feels like, Cancer. So what else needs to go with this card for Cancer? I also feel completion of a cycle. They're showing me the wheel. And so there is a very faded connection here, bringing forward some type of clarity when it comes to some heart healing. So what else needs to go with this card for Cancer? I'm not going to take the pile, but I am going to take the one that flipped over, and we got a Knight of Cups. So there is a new romantic energy here. I do feel this person has huge potential to maybe sweep you off your feet, potential to fall in love, but I think it's in the early stages. Maybe this person suddenly came on your path and you had to take a step back because you needed some balance. Maybe you're not ready for the relationship. Yeah. But I do feel there's a connection here that's going to make your heart flutter. Now, the Knight of Cups doesn't always have staying power, but I do think this is going to be a healing connection. I do think it's going to bring forward a lot of emotions. With the Knight on the white horse, I do feel this person has pure intentions. So be open because this person is here to show you the way forward, whether it's short term or long term. Okay, so look at that. Oh my goodness, they come out right away, and I got to take them because they're all flipped over. So maturity is recognizing when wisdom has been achieved and also knowing when learning is necessary. So maybe you are learning something new about yourself, about relationships, and you got to keep positive thoughts because that will bring forward a positive outcome when it comes to this new romantic endeavor. And you got to let go. You can't control the situation. You got to let spirit take the lead because I do think the divine brought this person to you or is bringing this person to you, and it's in the hands of the divine. So just flow, okay? Just flow, Cancer, okay? We're going to move on to Leo next. What do we got for my Leo collective? I hope I didn't miss anybody yet. I'm pretty sure I didn't. But if I did, let me know down below. I've done that before. I know Jolene had to remind me. I think I skipped Libra once. Okay, what do we got for Leo? Messages for Leo, please. Okay, we got 2 out. I'm going to take them. Epiphanies sing at dawn. Not had this card come out yet. There's an aha moment, there's an awakening, there's a new direction, and all kinds of divine potential here. It's a 7 card, so I'm also feeling the energy of the Chariot. I'm also feeling a Tower moment. So I kind of like Tower moments. I didn't at first when I started studying the tarot, but if you think about the Tower, it breaks you free from a false foundation, right? It can be an epiphany about a belief system that isn't working for you. I attribute the 7 to the mystic healer energy as well, Leo. And so you are in the midst of radiant fire. Is that not perfect for Leo to come out? I think all kinds of ideas, right? Look at all the words at the crown. And so you are integrating new inspiration. You're coming into a new sense of passion and rebirth by fire, cleansing fire. So I do feel be mindful of obsession. I know Leo can get, it's a fixed sign. You can get fixed on a certain person or a certain passion. So be mindful of obsession because of that fixed energy. But there's an epiphany here. And I do think there's going to be like a battle of wits, like almost feeling like a tug of war when it comes to this epiphany, because I do think it's going to shift your belief, maybe about a person or even about yourself. This could shift a whole belief connected to maybe a religious background or a family background. But I do feel this cleansing fire, almost like tapping into the violet flame. And I just feel like I want to say we ride at dawn, even though it says epiphanies sing at dawn. So we did just have Pluto enter into Aquarius. So if you have any early degree Leo placements, it's in opposition, which can create like this tug of war energy, because I almost feel like a 5 of Wands. So don't resist the rebirth process, Leo. Lean into it because you're going through some type of purification here. And maybe you're unsure about this new direction, but there's massive potential. I just feel like an abundance of downloads coming in for my Leo collective. So what do we got? Yeah, 8 of Swords, breaking you free from an old mindset. I love it. I love this 8 of Swords. This is probably one of my favorite 8 of Swords out of all the decks that I have. And those that know me know I got a lot of decks. I counted, I think I've got 155 decks. And so there's an illusion of being trapped in a situation here, Leo. And all you got to do is take the blindfold off and see something at face value, right? You already know the truth. And so don't fight the realization. Don't fight it. Take the blindfold off, see things exactly as they are, and step into a stronger sense of self-confidence, okay? I do feel this is about taking responsibility for whatever situation you feel entrapped in, whether it's a job, a relationship, a family belief, a pattern. Don't be afraid to take a risk. Don't be afraid to walk through the doorway of a whole new experience, because the only thing holding you back is yourself, is what I feel, because the gate is wide open. And you've already got that sort of truth sitting beside you. So I do feel the angels, the guides are saying, find your inner strength, because on the other side of this doorway, there's growth. There could be a new relationship. It kind of looks like rose bushes. Whenever I see the roses, I think of love. I think of relationships. And there's no greater act of self-love than choosing yourself and taking action towards this new direction. So what is the message from Spirit. The circumstance you find yourself in is not worthy of your time. Stop worrying about it. Release it. Whatever that is for you, stay in positive vibration because it will bring more positivity into your life, Leo. So I think get ready to head into a whole new direction. All right, Virgo is up next. What do we got for Virgo right out the gate? Oh my goodness. Couple of messages right away. Another chance to be. Look at all the blue on the card. I do feel throat chakra. What I don't like on this card is the octopus energy. And I do find like a grabbing energy. There's a need to address unhealthy patterns. For me, the octopus means like something's got a hold on you and you've got to release it. But I think you already know what this is. So for me, I was really working on my last addiction. I released the vaping addiction before Christmas last year, a year after I quit smoking. And now I'm working on getting grounded in my health and wellness journey and trying to cut out my sugar intake and junk food intake. And let me tell you, it's hard. It's hard. I think we all fall back at times. Back on the workout wagon, but it's difficult, right? It's definitely a mind over matter process. So there's another chance to reclaim your power, maybe. There could be a reconciliation. But when I think of reconciliation, it can just mean reconciling differences within yourself. There could be a second chance when it comes to a relationship. And maybe on the other side of this rebirth, there can be some deep-seated emotional healing. Sugar is a tough one. Sugar is in everything. So like I don't put sugar in my coffee in the morning. I drink one coffee. I've cut back to one coffee. And then I drink tea. I got my tea here. And I don't put anything in my tea, just hot water and cold water to cool it off so I don't burn my tongue. Because if I forget to put the cold water in, I burn my tongue. But there's almost this 10 of Wands here. Relationship patterns. Yep. There's a 10 of Wands quality here to lay down a long-standing burden, something that has plagued you over and over and over again, the same issue. And so rebirth, emotional healing, what else needs to come through for Virgo? The second chance, it just can mean a second chance at love. It doesn't have to be the past coming back. I know I've really had to sit with that. Like, do I want the past coming back? After all the healing that I've done, do I want somebody to come back that has hurt me for the same pattern to repeat? So I'm kind of on the fence when it comes to the divine masculine and my own twin flame journey. But I think there's just another chance to really get grounded and move forward here. Yeah, 10 of Swords. Oh, I felt the 10 of Wands and now they spit out the 10 of Swords. It's the end. Like the worst is already over, Virgo. Let it go. It's like you know the truth. You're coming from a place of integrity. It's like the swords, you've taken them out of your back. You've put them in the basket. You've put the pattern to bed. And so a brand new opportunity for happiness, a new chance for happiness is what this feels like, really, Virgo. And so the end of addictions is what it says on the card. And maybe it's just sugar addiction, right? Yeah, it does tie well with the Cancer, doesn't it, Steph? Yeah. So it's like, it's just time to leave the past behind. It's like you've worked through your past baggage. You've packed it all up nice and neat. You've put all the swords in the basket. And now it's just time to go forward. You know the truth. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Other people's opinions of you don't matter. I'm getting chills down both of my arms. And so the blue, it really is saying throat chakra energy coming through. So what is the message from Spirit for Virgo, please? I'm excited to see it. I don't see it. Keep a journal. Keep a journal because your thoughts and your dreams are bringing forward epiphanies. And so I know I commented on Xandra's Facebook. The dreams lately this week have been insanely creepy and weird. Just weird. Like I had to rescue my kids. And I was pulling this string up from like a drain in my kitchen. It was so weird. It reminded me of like the Pennywise energy. And this monster type creature came out from the drain and I had to rescue my kids. And I was like, what is that? I really don't even know what that dream entailed, but probably facing my own inner demons, my own inner monsters, right? And yes, we have healed. We have healed beyond the past. And I think we should all be proud of ourselves. But I think there might be an epiphany coming as you kind of reclaim back your power here, okay? That's what I see coming through for Virgo. So we're going to move on to Libra next. What do we got for my Libra collective, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Messages for Libra. Okay, we'll take it. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. I love it. It's a 40 card. There's a Page of Cups here. There's a brand new beginning here coming through for you, Libra, especially with the South Node in Libra at 0 degrees. We're sweeping up that karmic debris. We're almost through the sweeping of the Libra South Node energy. I think you've got 3 very prominent spirit guides on the other side is what I'm feeling. Yeah, that Virgo moon message definitely is resonating for my Virgo moon too, or the Virgo in general, sorry. This is speaking of mentorship, Libra, fulfillment, peace of mind, and self-care. Definitely resonating with my Lilith in Libra. And so I do feel like it almost feels like you've grown, right? You've grown out of the darkness. You have the all-seeing eye. I feel like the lotus energy. And I just feel you're getting to this place of knowing that self-care comes first. Nice. This card specifically, that is amazing. Yeah, so I feel maybe it's time to be a mentor. Maybe you have potential clients that are waiting for you to share your gifts, share your knowledge. Let's face it, Libra, you are the sign of relationships. Libra is all about relationships, creating balance in relationships, bringing your own relationship to self into balance. And so you're headed straight towards fulfillment. These energies are feeling so beautiful. And so you're going towards a new sense of health. And I do feel health is wealth. You're also going towards a happy new cycle, and you've gained a lot of wisdom. That is amazing, Jolene. Did this card come out when you were at the tea room? I don't remember. I know this card came out for somebody at the tea room, and I don't remember who. Oh, that is so beautiful, Jolene. So let's see what needs to go through with this. The Page of Cups energy loud. So it's almost like you've healed a childhood pattern as well with the Page of Cups, and you're ready. You're ready to receive a brand new beginning in love. Pages are brand new. So release the fear, release the worry. Have faith in the future. I'm getting chills head to toe. So we are going into the age of Aquarius. I don't know exactly when we'll be in the age of Aquarius, but with Pluto in Aquarius, this is the start of manifesting the age of Aquarius. And so have faith that your dreams can come true. Release the fear, release the worry. Stop expecting the worst, because then you're going to keep recreating those negative cycles through that negative mindset. Do not allow worry to grow out of proportion. We all have to go through challenging times to grow, to expand. But I think positive changes are around the corner for you, Libra, and you're about to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So there, it's like spirit's ready to pour into you. It's like somebody is finally going to pour into you. All right, let's get a message from spirit, please. Libra, this is feeling really good. I'm going to take these 2. I'm going to put these ones back because I'm not taking 5. But yeah, somewhere along the lines, you lost who you were, probably due to a very unhealthy relationship situation. So it's time to return to yourself. Nurture yourself, give yourself breathing room, really fill the cup of that inner child, and trust that a new healing cycle is about to begin. Set that intention for that new moon in Aquarius next week, okay? Okay, we're Libra. I'm pretty sure after Libra, I think it should have been Libra, Virgo. No, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. I think Scorpio's up next. Let me know if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Scorpio. So what do we got for my Scorpio collective? What do we got for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. My mom is a Scorpio moon. It's her 65th birthday today. I'm excited to go shopping for a present for her. All right, Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. We get the full moon eclipse. So this is loud. I do feel you've been working on removing all kinds of obstacles. Hey, Kelly, welcome in. Here we go. I swear, Scorpio never ceases to amaze me with the messages that come through. Okay, full moon eclipse. We had the full moon eclipse in Pisces back in the fall. So I do feel since then You have been going through removing of internal obstacles. Scorpio rising, Regine, that's got to be one of the toughest rising signs. Oh my goodness, I would love to read your birth chart. Scorpio rising is tough. You've got some deep, deep, dark forces that you got to work through as a Scorpio rising, but deeply intuitive, deeply psychic energy. All water signs are, but Scorpio is fixed water. So I do feel you're confronting self-identity issues, and we are going to have an eclipse. Let me just look into the energies here. I got my great big astrology binder. I've been studying the astrology very closely. Let me just flip. In March, we will have a solar eclipse in Aries in March, and that will be the grand hurrah when it comes to clearing the North Node in Aries energy, okay? And so Sun in the 8th house, that's a tough one. I've got Lilith in the 8th house, and I think Uranus in Scorpio in the 8th house. It's tough. Yeah, 8th house placements are tough. And so the energies are intense. I do feel there's going to be a massive clearing going into the next eclipse energy. And because it is going to be a solar eclipse, I do believe that is a new moon eclipse. Let me just check my workings here. Oh, yeah, we'll have a full moon in Virgo on March 14th. And we will have a solar new moon eclipse in Aries. And so until then, I think you're in the deep here. I do think you're in the deep. Neptune on the rising. That's a tough one. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. So I just feel the energy is intense. You're clearing obstacles. And so as we clear the internal obstacles, Scorpio, the external path also gets cleared. And so keep confronting those self-identity issues, especially with the next eclipse being in Aries, connected to Chiron in Aries, that self-identity wound, the wounded healer. I think over the next 18 months, you are confronting patterns, you're confronting addictions, you're going to be facing the devil, and it's almost like the energy of 40 nights and 40 days. And so major purification coming through for Scorpio. So that one wanted to come out. We're going to take it. What do we got? We got the Magician. And so the Magician does shed the old to bring in the new. You've got all of the tools that you need, Scorpio, to create magic in your life. You've got all of the tools that you need to manifest anything that you want. So shed the old, believe it, do it, because you can achieve anything with this Magician card. And so that is also connected to Virgo, Gemini. So pay attention to where the transit of Jupiter retrograde in Gemini is sitting, because that's where you're being asked, I think, to shed a layer to tap into that Magician quality. And you've got Spirit backing you here. So what is the message from Spirit on this one? And they come out pretty quick. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Chills, 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 head to toe. Your spiritual path is being illuminated. So trust in the process, because Pisces energy will trine any major Scorpio or Cancer placements. And we do have Jupiter moving into Cancer later this year. And so a lot of illumination, chills like down both the sides of my face. So be careful of where you are depleting your energy. I do feel Scorpio gives and gives. There's no bounds to what Scorpio can give in a high vibration energy. So be careful of people who deplete you and who don't reciprocate you, because they got to go. Okay. Okay. You girls are, I'm loving all the comments today. I'm just loving it. Okay. Scorpio, Capricorn. Is it Capricorn? No, Sag. I think it was Sag. I almost forgot too last time. Sagittarius. How can I forget Sag? Both my girls are Saggies. Okay. What do we got for Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Messages for Sagittarius, please. I thought one was going to drop out, but it didn't. So we'll wait. We'll wait what needs to come through for Sagittarius, please. I'm a 10th house Sag. So what do we got for Saggies? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Here we go. Frozen for a time. Love and partnership. So there could be a partnership put on ice. I just feel something's been put on ice when it comes to a collaboration, intimacy. There could be a power dynamic here where the two of you have really struggled to bring some type of balance. And it's a 16 card. So I do feel a tower. There could have been a tower moment when it comes to a divine partnership or a divine union to break something apart. But I do feel there could be a new collaboration and a deeper sense of intimacy coming forward for you, Sagittarius. But you got to work through some power and control dynamics here. And so things are still being woven. It's not time yet. So this could also be connected to any Neptune in Sagittarius, they want me to say. But I do feel like the crowning's already taken place. And it's just time to slow down. We are in the winter months, and let me tell you, we are frozen over here in Canada. Like this week, the temperatures have been like minus 20 some. It's been so freaking cold. Can't wait for it to warm up and be spring. But I do feel you both had to work through some fear. So maybe around the next full moon in Leo, there could be an unthawing coming forward. So I feel Hanged Man and Tower. So you both needed to shift your beliefs. You needed to look at this situation with a new sense of clarity. So let's see what needs to come through for Sag to go with these cards. Oh my goodness. Queen of Pentacles. Somebody had to work on their self-worth and their self-value. So where am I in Canada? I am in southwestern Ontario. I'm kind of in between Windsor and London. And I actually did live in Montreal in my early 20s. I lived in Montreal in that area for a little while, and then I went over to the Quebec side near Ottawa in Gatineau, Quebec. And I've also lived out west too, but I love it here. I've been here my whole life pretty much. I was pretty much born in the area, and I've always come back to my roots. But I do love Canada, but I'm not a fan of the frigid cold winters. But let me tell you, out west, Regine is like the worst for winters. I'm so glad I don't live out in Alberta anymore. But Stephanie's daughter lives in Alberta. So Sagittarius, you really had to work on your worth and your value. Okay. And you needed to get grounded. I do feel you got to be careful about how you proceed if there is somebody coming back on your path. I do think there's fear here with the red. There's fear maybe of somebody rejecting you or abandoning you, but you hold the key. You're the one with the golden opportunity here. So I just feel you might have some prominent earth in your chart with the bunny on the card. Whenever I see a bunny, I do think of a rebirth. And so maybe there was a separation. Things had to fall apart in order for you to rebirth your self-worth and re-identify with yourself. So you can understand that you can make anything beautiful, Sagittarius, but you do got to be careful about how you proceed. But I do feel love coming through for you. So what needs to come? Yeah, the winters are not the best, but summers are great. I love the summers over here. I do love the summers. So messages for Sag. We are the company we keep. Are people in your space healthy for you? So if something was removed out of your life, maybe it was because it wasn't the healthiest thing for you to be involved in. And this is why things are kind of frozen right now and things aren't moving forward. So step into your worth and recognize like, hey, I'm worthy of better, right? And that's what I got for Sagittarius. We're going to move on to Capricorn next. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. We got a huge fallout here. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to put the other ones back. And it's a one card. So there is a magician quality coming forward. And I do feel third eye. So seeing things from a new, fresh perspective. One is the beginning of a brand new cycle, Capricorn. Serenity out of exile. So if you've been feeling like you've been exiled, maybe from a family or a social group or just in general, I know the whole spiritual awakening process feels like exile at times because there's only so many people that you can connect with that understand you. But I do feel you are being asked to surrender. There's some type of radical acceptance that you need to kind of lean into. So let's see what this is for Capricorn. Definitely, I feel a dragonfly energy coming through. And we're not going to take the pile, but we're going to take the one that kind of landed like this. The moon. Ooh. So Pisces, Cancer energy. Capricorn, radical acceptance of maybe your intuition. I think you need to pay attention to the signs from the divine. They're pretty loud coming through. And so the next new moon cycle is going to really ask you to let go of your fears. We got to remember, too, the new moon is always the dark moon. And so we can't really see things clearly under a new moon. New moons are for setting intentions, they're not for releasing. Release any fear, though. Release any worry. I do think that's a good thing. There's going to be a revelation, I feel, between the next two moon cycles that will bring a lot of truth and clarity, and you're going to have to radically accept this truth. So, what is the message from Spirit? Forgiveness. Forgiveness, Capricorn, is going to be amazingly powerful and liberating. So I think you're being liberated from a cycle and you got to release fear. Maybe somebody mistreated you in the past and you haven't been able to fully move on from it. It's time to move on from it. Maybe you got to move on from an Aquarius because we got the new moon in Aquarius coming up. And so when we forgive them, it doesn't mean that we give them permission for the pain that they've caused us. It just means we're no longer going to let them take up space or rent in our head or in our energy. We're just going to let them go. I think forgiveness of self is really the most powerful, liberating thing that we can do on the journey. And so set that intention, that next new moon, to forgive yourself and to let go and to radically accept whatever had to leave your life, because I do think you were dealing with somebody that mistreated you and you got to move on from it once and for all. Okay, we are going to move on to Aquarius next. Messages for Aquarius, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Yep, good combo today. Yeah, these energies are just phenomenal. The readings lately have been just super flowy, super resonant. I'm loving it. So what do we got for my Aquarius collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. We did have the Sun conjunct Pluto this week in Aquarius. I know I had that in my 12th house. That's probably also why I had those very challenging energies dealing with those this week. But what do we got for Aquarius? It might be a reading, a message we all might need to hear with the prominent Aquarius energy in the collective. And yes, happy birthday to all of my Aquarians out there. But what do we got for Aquarius? Doesn't want to talk. The cards are like, nope, you're not getting a peep out of me. What do we got for Aquarius, please? It's almost like the energy is ghost. That's interesting. The sovereignty of magic. Frickin' Aquarius. The sovereignty of magic. It's a 5 card. So your energy was very quiet, didn't want to come out. Follow the synchronicities. There are some spiritual forces working behind the scenes beyond your control, Aquarius. With the purple card, I feel crown chakra. I do feel an activation of some sort. Maybe there are signs and synchronicities all around you and you're like, I don't even know how to interpret this. What is going on? Like they're showing me like spiritual laser beams coming at me. And so you're being called into sovereignty. With the 5s, I feel there's major changes. There's major challenges. I connected the 5 energy to the Hierophant. That is the major arcana. You think of all of the 5s in the tarot. It's challenging. The 5 of Swords is manipulation, self-sabotaging behaviors. The 5 of Wands is like a tug of war. Whether you're internally experiencing that or with other people. The 5 of Pentacles is a sense of lack, is a sense of abandonment. Almost like a poverty mindset. And then the 5 of Cups is almost like deep emotional regret coming through. And so I think you're in the throes of working through all of the 5s and all of the challenging energies to get to calmer waters. So what is the tarot card that we're pairing with this message for Aquarius today? 4 of Wands. It flipped out in reversed. It did flip out in reversed. And so there could be all of these negative emotions attached to an ending, a separation, or a divorce. I feel there's an Aquarius energy coming through that doesn't have much peace in their life, that maybe is having a hard time manifesting prosperity. But I do feel there are spiritual forces here working on behalf of the Aquarian collective in order to bring forward some type of truth. So, and it could be connected to a foundation. They want me to peek on the bottom of the deck, transformation. That's why. Aquarius, yeah, you are going through a significant transformation. It's almost like you've tried to repair the scaffolding, and Archangel Raphael's like, no, you've avoided this transformation up until now. And divine timing is saying, you got to face this. You've got to go through this powerful transformation because there's an old belief pattern connected to some type of foundation that needs to be kind of brought down and dismantled. And that's the truth. Whenever the Ace of Swords comes out, it's like, hey, this winter, you're going through something, and that's the truth. And so it's almost like you've kind of put the truth in stone, and not everything is written in stone, I want to say, but there needs to be some clear communication here, I think, with your inner child first and foremost. So let's see what the message from Spirit is here. You're refocusing your energy. Meditation to center yourself, Aquarius. I do feel there's some type of refinement going on with my Aquarian collective. And I know my mom is definitely going through a transformation. It started for her last summer as she is also an early degree Aquarius. And so there's some obstacles here that you need to overcome. And there is a revelation that will break you free, maybe from a long overdue conversation. I heard procrastination. So if you want peace in your life, then you gotta put to bed something from the past when it comes to a separation. It doesn't mean you gotta go back to the past, but you do gotta refocus your energy here, okay, Aquarius? All right, last but not least, Pisces. What do we got for Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Messages for Pisces. Any major Pisces placements. The North Node will at a certain point in time conjunct any planets that you have in Pisces. And so I feel the next 18 months is a major reevaluation of self going on for my Pisces. So what do we got coming through for my Pisces collective today? Rise to the occasion. I love it. It's a 42 card. There is a 2 of Cups energy coming through for you, Pisces. You are rising like the phoenix. I am so freaking cold right now with the chills. You are capable. You are strong. Your authenticity is needing to shine through the collective. And I do think you are rising as the phoenix, as a spiritual teacher, a spiritual leader. And we all have free will, but I feel you are being called to rise. You are being called to grow. I grabbed the wrong deck. This is feeling beautiful. I love that the phoenix is up at the crown. And so, yeah, get ready to move on and walk away from everything that is holding you back from your fullest potential, your fullest capabilities. It's going to take strength, right? Sometimes we got to leave behind a lot of people that we love a lot. Pisces, you are the sign of the martyr, though. And so where have you martyred yourself to stay connected to people just so you're not alone? Think about that one too, Pisces. It's time to move on. It's time to seek more from life than you're currently experiencing. It could be relationships. It could be a job. It could be an old mindset. It's time to make some big life changes. So set that intention. The North Node is moving next week. And so a major changing in priorities. You might be even thinking about buying a new house or moving out of a home situation. But it's like you're kind of leaving with this little tiny satchel on your back, kind of like the Fool. And when we get to the 8 and we're going towards the 9, we're going towards wish fulfillment. So get ready to leave behind anything that has stopped you from rising to the occasion as a spiritual healer, teacher, and leader. So what's the last message from Spirit? Right away. What makes your soul sing with joy? It's time to recapture that vitality now. So this was a lot of fun this week, guys. I loved it. Thank you for all of the comments. It always makes it fun when I can interact with all of you. That's what I like to see. So thank you all for coming out today. I wanted to talk about the book club. I had a one-on-one mentorship session this week with a channel member that unfortunately I don't see in the live today. But I want to keep it in line. I want it to be an easy read, and I really was challenged because I know She Who Runs with Wolves is a difficult read. I've heard a lot of comments about the print being very small, and it's a pretty intense book, and I don't want people to fall away from the book club. I'm so glad that you joined the membership regime. Thank you for joining us all. So I think to keep it in alignment, I would like to pick the Four Agreements book. It's not a very difficult read. It talks about the principles of, how we speak to people, not taking things personally. It kind of goes well with the first book of A New Earth, but it's not going to be as difficult as a read. And then I do think moving forward, there was that Connect to Your Spirit Guides book that I'm thinking for next month. But I think to really kick off the year right, we're going to go with the 4 agreements. So I will make a post after I'm done shopping for my mom's birthday gift. After I get off the live, I got some errands to run and I got to go back to the dentist again today. Boo. But I think that's the book we're going to go with. Let me know what you think about that. I hope you all decide to join me in reading the 4 agreements. And then I do think following that, the following month, we should learn how to connect with our spirit guides, because a lot of us have a difficult time doing that. There's so many ways to connect to your guides. I know a couple of you have mentioned you'd love to connect with some crossed over loved ones. Hopefully that book next month can give us that ability, or in March. But I think for February, I picked the 4 agreements because I do have the 4 agreements deck, and it's going to help us be impeccable with our word and with not taking anything personally, because I know I can take things personally, and we got to stop doing that, right? We got to stop making assumptions, because the only thing that we know fully is ourselves. So it was wonderful having you all on the live today. I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I will see you all next time.